Warning: the gel blaster toy shown in this video could be mistaken for a real firearm. Do not take gel blasters into public spaces or it will likely be treated as real by authorities. Gel blasters are classified as toys in Queensland regulations, however this may be different in your state or territory. Be sure to check your local laws before buying or ordering a gel blaster. Also, ensure you use adequate eye protection whenever using gel blasters. Stay safe, everyone.
So, g'day, welcome back into the studio. So, going to do something a little bit different for this one for a few reasons. Basically, it's going to be a short and sweet review of the Gen8 TAR21 table. But the reason why I'm not going to go into a lot of the fancy editing, show off, that sort of stuff that I normally would, is because for this, I don't really think it's worth it, and I also don't necessarily have the time to do it for every blaster. I'm going to only do it for the main ones, or the ones that I think really deserve it. I'll get into more points on this one. So this one, not going to be any fancy editing, nothing like that. So let me know what you think down below. No, I am still going to be using predominantly the long form reviews for the big ones. Especially, for example, this one is definitely going to be the next one since it's just turned up. I'm looking forward to that. But otherwise, let's jump straight into it. So I don't actually know the company that makes this one, but it is a TAR21 or a TAVOR. Israeli design initially, so it is a bullpup, which is why Gearbox and everything is mounted back here into the stock, meaning you do get a full rifle length barrel, even though the thing itself is actually quite compact and not too bad compared to, say, a standard M4. It'd be sticking out a bit longer, that sort of thing. Now, I do like the idea of a bullpup. Some of them can be quite cool. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of the Steyr AUG or the AUG. I do definitely prefer this, and there's another one as well, which I can't for the life of me remember at the moment. But the problems with this are kind of annoying, and not only that, but be aware I have seen, obviously, Gelball Mod have leaked that Singularity are going to be releasing their own version of this, which looks like it's going to be full nylon and also have a Singularity gearbox and all that, so it should be really good. I'm hoping that isn't too far away. Same with their G36, because I love both those designs. Now, straight into it, let's get a close-up look. First thing I'm going to tell you is the entire body is very plastic. Very plastic. Like, for example, it is incredibly plastic. There's no way around that. It is what it is. So you can definitely feel it. It's not necessarily the most expensive one out there, which is nice. However, take notice of that, because it's not like a full nylon body like some of them are. At the front end here, you do have this outer barrel which goes to a cool little flash hider design. Now when you get this, that's not actually attached. That literally just pulls out like so. It's just a little pop in thing there, and if you have a look inside there, you can see the inner barrel just inside there. It usually just finishes just about there, so just pop that back in for now. The inner barrel standard for mine came with a plastic barrel. This one I think might have a metal barrel in it. Does feel like it might be different, or a harder plastic, but pretty much plastic barrel standard. The gearbox that it comes with is a Gen8 clone, so most of your Gen8 parts and whatnot should fit in there. Apparently the only real difference is at the end of the gearbox, where the T-piece slots into the housing. The bit up the top, the little U flap up the top of the gearbox itself, isn't there on this one, so shouldn't be hard to adapt any Gen8 gearbox realistically to go to this remote trigger, because it's there. Now if we continue moving through, you do have this molded front hand grip there. Again, very, very plastic. You can see the shine off of that from the light. You do get a right hand side rail just there. On the left hand side, you do have this charging handle. Now this does have a mag prime function, so if you pull that back when it's turned on, this will prime the magazine, so that is nice. It's amazing that one like this has it, and all the cool new stuff in some cases doesn't, which is annoying. You do then move on to the hand grip and the pistol grip. So just there is your pistol grip, nice molded there. It's actually not bad, again, even though it is plastic. Front hand guard just there, which you could hold on to like so if you wish, or like that, whichever one suits you. Again, it's not a bad little position. Again, very plastic. Just here though, above your right hand thumb, as you would hold it, obviously I'm right-handed, you do have an on-off switch, so up for on, down for off. So there's no battery in this one, so that would be on in normal. There is no fire select on this, it is just either off or on, so it's either off or it's on full auto. Take note of that. Do have a couple of fins just in the side there, the same on the other side, so you can see where the little barrel is. It's a cool little design piece, not much else. You do have a top rail section just up here, which is again just plastic, it's just screwed in. You might be able to see some of those screws just on there. just a standard rail. It's probably about a third of the overall length of the actual blaster. That's nice. You can mount an optic there if you wanted to. Depends on your personal preference. It doesn't come with any sort of sight or anything in the box, so it might be worth getting something, or if you've got one from another blaster, you can chuck that on there. It will do the job just fine. Then we move into the back end, which is where all the action happens. Now, you do have molded designs into this, such as like that would be an ejection port, that would be a shell eject barrier. You've got a sling attachment point there. Your mag well is just in the bottom here with your mag release. So there's your mag well just there, and your mag release there. Now it's very much an ambidextrous one because it is on the top there. I'll show you that momentarily. Other than that, it's fairly straightforward. So your gearbox is mounted in this section with your motor down here going up into a T-piece up here. So in order to access for the battery and whatnot, in order to turn this on, you are going to need a screwdriver because you need to take off the actual butt plate here. Now, something to note on this is solid plastic. Again, there's no rubberized rubber. There's no rubberizing on that. There's no covers, nothing. It's just solid plastic. Again, quality of the outer construction on this isn't ideal. However, it depends what you're after. I definitely intend to modify mine and turn it into something fun because I do like the design still and I've got it, so I might as well use it. It also came to me broken. This one was fine, but you just undo a little screw there, a little self-tapping screw, always the favourites of Mr. Logrito. And just inside there you can see the back of the gearbox and the battery connections. So just there. This connection here is for a third wire to go through. Now I think this is actually for the remote trigger or the mag prime. I'm pretty sure it's a remote trigger though. And that is just your standard black gel gun connection. So we'll chuck a battery in there. Convenient shape of this means that it stands up on its own, which is nice. Come on, there you go. And that should now be live. And you just jam all that in the back there. This is on a little cam pivot, so it does have a bit of force to open up initially and whatnot, but it slots straight in just like that. We are now ready to go. So there you go. I'll just put the screw back in, just so it doesn't pop out while I'm doing the rest of this review. Now, like I mentioned, my one happened to come with a busted O-ring. It's not firing very well, so this is one I borrowed off of Mr. Static Time, and it was also donated to the channel. He has a YouTube channel. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. If you'd like to see just some very straightforward gameplay from the CQ Blasters games that he attends that I usually help ref or help run, check out that channel. You'll be able to see some of that there. Let him know what you think. He's always keen to put more in. So we're now live. So again, we're in the on position, so that'll work. Flick it off, and that's the only kind of safety you have. Like I mentioned though, you do have a mag prime here. Now on the mag, something to note about these, they are actually a unique design. Not quite possible to fit an M4 mag in it. And something else we note was because the M4 mag actually falls out, and it also uses a different mag catch, but the positive and negative terminals seem to be the opposite on your standard Gen8 or M4 magazines. So we tried putting a J10 ACR mag in there, and when we held the mag prime back, it was actually trying to push the balls back out of the feed tube. So it may just be the way they built it. They could have done it on purpose, I don't know. But if you do want to buy this, you are going to have to get some of these magazines because they are a unique design. Drum mags don't really work with a bullpup design because they're sort of in to your left, your right breast if you're right-handed or such, because of how close it is to your chest. So it's something to take note there. Other than that, it's nothing special. It is automatic, so there is electric motor in there. Don't go tipping water in it as usual, and a little door on the back just to fill it up, just like that. So absolutely nothing special there. I want to put the magazine in. It's pretty straightforward. You just lift it up like so. So normally speaking in drill, you'd go like that. Magazine there, so your feed tube facing forward and straight in. And that's now in. Now it is a little bit tight. I will say both mine and this one seem to be a little bit tight. Something to note there. To remove your magazine, you just push down on that lever, just on the front there, pull it out. That's it. You couldn't be more simple. Ambidextrous because it's on the front, which is nice, as always. Now we're ready to go. And this is that mag prime I was telling you about. I could actually turn it on. Probably a bit hard to hear, but it is priming the mag. So now we're all ready to go. In all, there's not really a huge amount to talk about on this one. So it's fairly straightforward. It's a very basic blaster. It's very reminiscent of some of the original ones. It's a cool design. It's something different. However, it is very plastic. Being a Gen 8 clone means you can get sort of really any amount of parts you could want. You could get full built gearboxes and chuck them in without too much drama. The magazine being unique is annoying, definitely. So something you do need to take into account there. I'm not going to do any accuracy testing or range testing with this. It's fairly standard Gen 8 M4, about on par with those. Although I will say that when I was using this in games at CQ Blasters Field a couple of weeks ago, I was shooting at people 5 to 10 meters away and I was struggling to hit their chest or head. It was just really annoying. I don't know what it was. I don't think it was anything major. It could have just been the gels I was using, but something there to know. So what I will do though is I will show you what it chronos, and then I'll jump into my final thoughts. Righto, single shot. Averaging 200 to 220, let's try a burst. It seems to be firing consistently now. There we go. Sort of. Yeah, sitting around 200 to 220. So, not bad I suppose. So my final thoughts on this one are pretty straightforward really. What I will give you as a recommendation straight up, I wouldn't buy this unless you're willing to get the mags, which CQ Blasters have been trying to source for me, because I wouldn't mind having one of these, because I think it'd be fun. And also, if you're unwilling to do some work to it, as it sits, and if you really like it, then great, go for it. However, it's not something that's probably there for everyone. Now, the unique design of the TAR21 already will sort of split people. Some people will hate bullpups, some people love them. I do like them, I don't like some of them. That's just me. Like anything, it is subjective. I will say though, if you are just starting out, maybe avoid this one. Get a fairly basic M4 or say J10 ACR where you get plenty of parts, magazines are easy, that sort of stuff, and just to get used to it. I would leave this for those who really like the shape and really want a blaster that looks like this, and who are willing to spend a bit of time and effort to modify the gearbox and such, because while it's not bad by any means, the way it currently sits, it could be a lot better. And you do have to be willing to put up with the plastic body. It very much feels like a toy. So make sure you take that into account if that's a thing for you. It doesn't weigh much, it's actually quite light, and all the weight is in the back because that's where the gearbox and such is mounted. So something there to note. Recommended accessories, if you can find the mags, I'd grab a couple of spare mags, probably 2 of them, realistically maybe 3 depending on how much you're playing. I'd get a hop up on it. I would also upgrade the gearbox and put an alloy barrel in it that comes out to about here, so you can put the hop up in. This outer barrel is probably wide enough that you could actually fit it around a hop up, which is cool, so you can hide all that and still make it not ruin the actual shape, which is something there. And the fact that a blaster like this has a mag prime but your standard ones from the major manufacturers don't is kind of depressing, if I am entirely honest. That is what it is. Yeah, let me know what you think of this one down below. I'm quite happy to hear your thoughts. I'm definitely looking forward to the Singularity one because I think it's going to be a lot better than this one. I was definitely a lot more hopeful from this, but I mean, it is what it is. It wasn't all that expensive, which is nice. But again, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think down below. If you'd like to donate to the channel, such as these legends up here, you can find links down below to my PayPal and also buy me a Pepsi Max or buy me a coffee. Options for one-off or monthly if you wish to do so. I do also have patches available. So I've got these ones I believe up for about $15 each. Message the Facebook page if you want one. That includes any postage. So I'm just going to chuck them in the post to you. I'm not going to charge any more for that. That is what it is, just 15 bucks. All of that goes to the channel. So buying blasters, buying equipment to record, all of that wonderful stuff. I am a one-man band, so it is what it is. And that's also why the videos have been late. I am hoping to fix that up coming in soon. So, and there is some other stuff going on as well, as usual. Life gets in the way. So yeah, that's about all I got for you. If you've got any questions, chuck them down below. Like, subscribe to the channel, like the video if you liked it, share, tell your friends if you know someone who's a fan of this sort of blaster where they might be able to get it. I got this from CQ Blasters. They may still be able to source them if you ask them nicely enough. But other than that, I'll catch us next time. I do like this thing.
She's on the job, but she's staying